Okay, these instructions are going to show you how to do the iPhone PowerPoint activity for your book review. And if you found this link for the video instructions, you've no doubt been to this page, the QR review instruction page for students. So the first step for creating this is to go to open the template that's provided for you. Anytime you're in Microsoft programs, if you want to open a link, you need to hit the control button, hold it down, and then double click on the link. And that makes that link active. And this template has been put on what is called Microsoft Office Live or SkyDrive. It's just a place to host files online. So this is an online version of the PowerPoint that you're going to be working with. But what you're going to want to do is actually work with it in the full version of PowerPoint. So to do that, you have the option, if you click right here, to download it into PowerPoint, and it'll actually open in that PowerPoint program on your computer. So now here's your copy of the template. The first thing you're going to want to do is save it as yours. And so you'll want to go to File, Save As, and you're going to choose your H drive. And as a student on our campus, that means the drive that has your student ID number listed in it, but it's always your H drive or your home drive. So you'll probably just go ahead and name this, leave it as is, and name it, change it just a little bit. Let's just say my first and last initials. And I'll click Save. That way my teacher will have access to it. And I'm going to save mine to the desktop since I don't have space for it. So now this is your document, and you're going to be making some changes to it. What you'll notice on the first screen is that you have a picture of an iPhone, and there are four buttons down at the bottom that are related to your story, because you're doing a story review. We have Settings, Characters, Review, and Stars, and you're going to actually put the information that goes with these apps into the slideshow. So what you'll see is you have several slides. You have a launch screen slide. We're not going to do anything with slide 2. It's just for looks, so it really looks like you're using an iPhone. But if you go to slide 3, this is where you're going to tell us about the settings stuff. This is what's going to pop up when you click the settings button on your iPhone. So this is where you'll type and tell your audience a little bit about what the setting is of where you've read. And again, you can link pictures and insert them in here if you like. You'll notice that you have another page below. This is your characters page to tell us a little bit about the main characters in your story. You have a review page. This is where you tell us your opinions. Do you recommend this book or not? And then finally, here's your rating page. And this is where you're going to give us a rating of 1 to 5 stars. And you get to be creative and insert those stars or images of stars any way you like on this slide. So that's basic PowerPoint stuff. But once you're done filling out those 4 slides, you'll go back to your main screen, and what you're going to do is create a non-linear PowerPoint. That means that we're not just going to go from slide 1 to slide 2 to slide 3. We're actually going to set some links so that our slides proceed in the way we want them to. Because wouldn't it be nice if when the user clicks on settings, it actually opens up your settings page? If you take a second to notice that this settings button is actually just a new button that's been duplicated on top, and if you moved it around, you can put it back right where it goes over it. Because it's its own separate button, we can make it a link. Now, if you had moved it over here and you had trouble lining it up, one of the really great tricks in PowerPoint is if you hold the control button down, you get a little bit more control when you use your arrows to put something where it belongs, and you can line it up just perfect if you hold that control button down. Otherwise, when you arrow over, you get big jumps. Control means little jumps. So we're ready to start putting our links in. The first thing I'm going to do is select the setting button, and then I'm going to go and say Insert, and we're just creating a hyperlink. But instead of linking it to a web page, I'm going to link it to another slide in this document. So I'm going to click Place in this document. And I know that my settings slide is slide 3. So I'm just going to double click there, and I've created my hyperlink and made my PowerPoint nonlinear. I'm going to do the same thing for characters. I know that my characters slide is slide 4. So I'll click the icon for characters, I'll click hyperlinks, and I will select slide 4. I'm going to do the same for review. Review is on slide 5. Click the button, hyperlink, slide 5, and so forth. I'm going to do that for all of my app buttons, and I only have 4. The 4 on the bottom are the only ones that are going to be linkable icons. So once I'm done, it's really neat, because if I go to the slideshow, I can test it out to make sure I did everything right. And I'm going to start from the beginning. Here is my settings button, and if I click on it, it takes me straight to the settings page. And guess what? I'd already built in for you a hyperlink right here. This is a home button, and every time you click on it, it takes you right back. So let's check out our review app. It takes you right to it, and you can go right back. That's what's called a nonlinear PowerPoint, and now you know how to do that. I'm going to escape out of the PowerPoint, and one last thing you might want to do when you get done is actually delete this whole little instruction set so that your user doesn't get your instructions, and you have created a review that will be hosted in one of our QR code book reviews.